Hello, hola, buenas tardes, good afternoon, Winnie.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm very good. I'm slowly but surely improving my little recording studio to emphasize more of Caracas's best feature, which is
Definitely.
El Avila National Park,
Yes, I can see.
which I feel very privileged to live, being able to see every day. Although I
Uh,
should probably have my computer face the other way so I can see it over there.
yeah.
But anyway, how are you and where are you, Winnie?
I'm great. I'm doing great, thank you. And I live in Caracas. I always lived in Caracas. Right now, I'm out of my boyfriend's house. And yeah,
Lovely. And you were just saying your client has been so happy with you that they've let you finish early on Friday afternoon, so that you can go and enjoy the weekends.
yeah, definitely. Like I make sure that I distribute my workload very smart in a very smart way. So I have like my busiest days are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and like Fridays are slower for me. So I take advantage and end up earlier, so I can do other stuff.
Awesome. Lucky you.
Yeah, I am.
And so thank you very much for sharing some of your Friday afternoon to talk to me,
Ah,
and
you're so welcome.
thank you and to talk to anyone who's watching, anyone who might be interested in what type of people work with us and what types of things they do working with Valatam and our customers.
Sure.
Awesome. So to begin, I'll just hit you with a few random questions by surprise. I hope you don't mind.
Okay.
Who is Winnie in 1 minute? So like, if you could maybe just tell us, like, just present yourself. So like, who are you? Where are you from? How old are you? What did you study? When did you graduate? Any work experience you've had? If you could try and squeeze everything into a 1 minute summary of who is Winnie.
Okay, let me try. Okay, hi. My name is Winnie Luis. I'm from Caracas, Venezuela. I'm 23 years old. I major in modern languages. And before Valatam, I didn't really have any much experience. I started working here in 2018. And I had another positions, like at the same time that I was working here part-time, when I initially worked part-time. I used to work as a recruiter. And I was actually, before I applied to this, I was applying to a different job, work for an executive search internship, but I got rejected. And I was kind of, ah. And then I just applied here and everything changed after it.
Wow. Thank you for the summary.
Try.
And so the recruitment company's loss is our gain, because you were a fantastic hiring decision, and you've done great, and you've worked with several customers. And how long have you been with us now?
Since 2018, 3 years, 3 years and 2 months.
And I believe you started working with a UK customer, an online law directory / agency.
Yeah, Linky Law. That was like my first serious client. Before that, I used to work with another with something related to recruiting as well, but didn't last much, just a month and something. But then when I worked with Alexandra and Linky Law, it was like a year and a half that I worked with her.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. And what type of things did you do at Linky Law? How did you help that business save time and money?
Okay, so that was like my first experience working as a lead generation assistant, because that's what she was looking for. She, besides of doing the usual things a VA does, like schedule meetings, following up with clients, setting up calls, and all that kind of stuff, I also was working directly with her LinkedIn page. She will give me like a list of like a criteria that I need to check off, and then I will search for potential clients on LinkedIn using the premium tools. Since she was running a legal firm, she was interested in getting in touch with startup owners or small businesses that needed to get their legal stuff on point. So that was basically what I used to do every day. Like she will give me a daily goal, and I'll start finding prospects that match that profile that she was looking for, and then I would reach out to them and I introduce myself. I was working through her profile, LinkedIn profile, so I was acting as her. So I will introduce myself, and then after I will introduce their services, and then I will schedule a call or a meeting or an in-person meeting and they will take it from there. If they're going to sell something, if they're going to need to get something done, like an agreement or something related to their website, something like that, they will take it from there. And I was in charge of keeping track of all the people that came from LinkedIn, because that was her number one channel, well, leads came from. So it was pretty big deal by that time.
Cool. And how many invites or how many messages were you sending per day on average?
I started sending 40, then I just worked my way up to 100, then I started working and sending 150 a day. So yeah, like I think with time I started, like I found some tips and tricks so I could optimize my work, and I just was able to do it faster with the same quality, if you will. So yeah.
Cool. That was in the golden times of LinkedIn before they introduced restrictions on how many people you could contact. Because
Oh
I
yeah,
think now we definitely can't get to 150 per day.
that sucks.
But that
Yeah,
would be amazing. We could go back to those times.
Yeah.
Cool. So what was like the process? So you reached out to, I guess, the founders or the CEOs of small startups in the United Kingdom, and then you connected with them. You sent a personalized message attached to the connection request introducing yourself, and then when people accepted or answered, I guess you'd send a follow-up message introducing Linky Law Services and asking if they could use any legal assistance.
Exactly. Like I would have like 3 or 4 personalized messages. They were organized by the situation. For example, if I send a first message that I would call a first message, which is the one that I introduce myself. Hey, I'm the owner of this legal firm. I would love to introduce myself and see if there's some synergies between us. Like just try to get to know her instead of just trying to buy something from me, you know?
Yeah.
Then after that, they will say like, hey, you know what? She was kind of famous back in the UK, like she was known. So every time I will reach out to someone, oh, I've heard about you. Oh, I've read an article about you. So it was pretty easy, that connection with people when I was working with her. Then after they say that, I will send a second one when I was basically telling the company's story. Like I found the link law 4 years ago. We do this, we go from this to this. And some sort of backup, like we work with this company and this, we can do this for you. Like really just putting everything out there in a pretty short message, like 2-paragraph message, I would say. And then after that, some people will be like, oh, great timing. I actually need to get this done. Can we have a call? But some days they will not reply or say, I'm not interested. So I will still make sure I know about this, like I keep track of these people, because maybe they're not needing anything right now, but what if in 2 months, 3 months they will need something? So I will make sure that I reach out to them maybe in a month, 2 months, just to make sure that or just to keep the connection alive, you know?
Yeah. Making multiple touches just to keep the lead hot. Okay. And how many responses would you typically get in any given week or any given day?
Well, I will send 100 messages a day, and I will say that I will get like at least 10 responses a day. It sounds like little.
No, I think it's quite a lot.
Really?
Yes.
And then I will get like maybe 3 to 5 calls from those 10. And I guess if you do the math, a month, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say like 10% of what I sent in a typical day, I will get there.
Yeah, for like if you knew those people, I think it would be low, but I think a lot of the outreach was to not second degree connections, even like third degree connections. So to be getting like a 10% response rate is fantastic, and a 3% meeting rate is also amazing. Whatever the content of the messages was, it was obviously working. And I think also like LinkedIn lead generation works differently for different types of product and service. So like that customer had a really good service, and not only was it a good service, but it was a service that many people could use. Similar to Valatam, like when we also do LinkedIn outreach, and we basically say, hi there, sorry for the cold intro. I just wanted to see if you could use any help, like if you have any remote vacancies, or if you could use the help of a virtual assistant to save time or money in your business. And like if we apply the right filters, so like CEOs and founders of small businesses, they're all really busy people, right? If they have a small growing business. So most of them could use help from a virtual assistant if the price was right. And I think Linky Law, their services could also be used by most startups, because most small growing startups can't hire a huge famous like lawyer agency. But what that company does is connects them with lawyers who can provide specific online services like employment contracts or business contracts for a fixed fee, much lower than if they go to a physical legal agency or law firm in London. So I imagine that's why you got really good response as well. Yeah,
I was lucky.
Cool. So we dived into that, into a lot of detail, but I wanted to know a bit more about like how you heard about Valatam and your experience has been working with us. So could you tell us, how did you find out about Valatam, or how did we find out about you, as may have been the case?
There's actually a funny story. By that time, it was 2018. I was halfway through my bachelor's degree, and I really didn't have like a set of skills. I never had like a work experience. So I was looking for an internship, actually. I was really interested in recruiting and all that thing, because I've had like already been in touch with that kind of field. So I was applying for executive search internship. Then I got rejected. That really broke my heart. But then I was on LinkedIn and I was like, you know what? I really don't have time to be in an office. I'm a full-time student. So what if I look for something that I can do it from home, like an assistant? And I start searching actually virtual assistant on LinkedIn, like just that. And then I start seeing like a lot of people that said works at Valatam. And I was like, Valatam. And then I do a little research and I was like, you guys provide bilingual talent to BC entrepreneurs. And I was like, I sent my CV at that time, and I was just like, they're not gonna call me. I don't think I'm a good fit. And then like a week later, I received an email from Daniela, which was the former human resources manager. And she told me that she loved my profile and she wanted to do an interview. And I was like, really? And I was like beyond excited, because I've never had like this, oh my God, they want me. So I had like the interview with her, and it was like pretty easy going. Like she just asked me things about what I can do and what I cannot do and things like that. And she told me like how the structure of the company works. Like you go through a trial for 4 weeks, then you get placed with a client, then you go with a trial with the client for 4 weeks, and then you get placed permanent with the client. And I was like, yes, sign me up. And you know that usually when you have an interview, they tell you like a few days later if you're in or you're out. But she told me right in the meeting that I was in, and I was like, no way. And then like right after the meeting ended, she sent me like a job offer. And that's history. I just started my trial. I did a lot of different things. Like I did a lot of PowerPoint presentations. I work on Excel. I had to do things that I've never done in the past, by the way. Like I really have to get it together and prepare myself to be up to the game. And I used to also work calling, like doing calling, which to this day I think is one of the hardest things to do. And then I got placed with Alexandra, which was the client I last the longest.
Cool. So you went through the 1 month trial, and yeah, I think the cooling thing you were mentioning was a partnership we did with a customer at that time, and they kindly let us, you know, it was kind of a win-win situation, because they got talent to do some business development tasks that they needed to do, and we got the opportunity to train our team members in speaking with people in the United States, in other countries, and to learn how to do cold calling, which I did this in the past before I started Valatam, and it is a very tough job, and it's definitely not for everyone. So that was a really good task to do in the trial, even though not everyone truly enjoyed it, but it's definitely a learning experience.
Definitely. Yeah, I
Cool.
agree.
And then what's been your experience working in Valatam? Like if you had a friend who was looking for an online job and they wanted to know a bit more about Valatam, what would you tell them?
Oh my God. Like I've been talking about Valatam for the past 3 years to everyone I know. Like, do you speak English? I got something for you. Like really, 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 it really is. Like
The recruiter in you never dies.
exactly. Like I really like I don't know if it's something like it's personal because I started working here in a really rough time in my life, and that really changed, like really having a job, also having the connection with people from the United States and Europe, because even though I don't work with the clients I used to work before, I feel like if I ever need a letter of recommendation, I can write a quick email and they will tell me like, hey, here it is. Like I feel like I really focus on growing my relationship with past clients, even though I'm not working with them anymore. So I feel like this is an awesome opportunity for people to make connections and also to grow their profiles. Like if you want to apply for a bigger position and like you're already working with different clients and different tasks, that's something that you can use for your own good. Like every little thing I'm learning right now, I'm just keeping track of it so I can, in case I want something bigger, or I just, you know what, I really want to keep growing as the business I'm part of is growing. So I really feel like everyone who's working here is just not working, it's not getting money to pay the bills, for example. It goes beyond that.
Good. And what do you think are the advantages of working either with Valatam or with our customers, or maybe just in general, having a online job and being able to work from home?
Okay, the awesome thing about Valatam is that if for some reason you don't get to work anymore with your current client, Valatam is gonna get you one like the next week. That's the thing I love the most, because when I stopped working with my last client, I was like, it has never happened. So I was like, what am I gonna do now? And then like 3 days later, you just text me through WhatsApp, and I was like, you're getting a new interview next week, so be ready. And I was like, what? I didn't expect that to happen. So I think that's an amazing thing. It's like if you're really hardworking, they really have your back. So for example, I have like really nice relationship with Natiuska, which is part of management, Valatam management. And I feel like whatever thing happens, I can come to her like, can you help me with this? I need some time off. Can you like please bring guidance to this? And I feel like you can talk to them. Like it's not like there's not separation between management and us employees. So I feel like that's a huge part when you're part of a company. So yeah, I would say that that's the best thing ever. Besides that, you're getting a US dollars salary. That's an amazing thing living in Venezuela. And I would say the other things that I already mentioned is that you get to meet people from different backgrounds. Like for example, my current boss, like the COO of the company I work, he just told me the other day that her parents were like movie stunts, the ones that do the action scenes,
Like stunt actors or
yeah
stunt doubles.
yeah,
That's great.
exactly. And he told me that he was homeschooled and he used to do homework at the movie sets. And I was like, so random. Like I've never met someone who had that kind of life.
I'm
And it's like
curious. I'm curious who that is now, because I've met.
Damon.
That's Damon. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Well, Jordan, you know that you've talked several times with Jordan. When he was in college, he along with 3 other people bought a party bus, and they have it right now. He have it at his garage and he's not using it, and like pretty sad about it. But when he was in college, he was like the party boy that you wouldn't imagine, because he's so serious. So it's really impressive.
How did
I learned.
how did the party bus work? Like, is it one that would go round and round the campus and you could go on and have drinks on it, or was it just take people from A to B?
Yeah, I'm not very sure, but he just told me that they bought it and they just remade it, like made it look good, and they would just go through road trips, and they would just enjoy life. And you wouldn't believe that, because he's so serious right now. And I learned all these things because the company organized some happy hour, and I was like, you know what, everyone is going to tell one thing we don't know about you. And that happened like last year, I think. It was like so good. Like I had such a great time. And that's something I wouldn't be able to live if it were for Valatam. So I am pretty grateful.
We are very grateful for you to have been working with us for
Uh,
3 years and have been able to make the connection with your customers.
yeah, definitely.
Cool. How would you, this is one that always puts people on the spot and their brain seems to freeze. Let's see if you can come up with a quick answer.
Oh,
How would you sum up working with Valatam in one word?
I need a few seconds to think this through.
Or it could be multiple things, like multiple one-word answers. Take a few seconds. We can edit out the pause of the thinking.
Okay, right now the first thing I could come up with is challenging, but in the nicest way possible. Like I feel like from the very beginning, I don't know if you remember, because it was a long time ago, that my first interview was with someone called Richard. He was a realtor. And we had the meeting and he said, yes, I want her. And there was another girl that was for the position as well. I don't remember her name because it was difficult. But then he just said no. Like, oh, he didn't say no. He just stopped replying to your emails. And I was like, oh my God. And then I had to wait a few months, I think. Things used to be very differently in Valatam, I remember. And then I got placed with some lady in the UK. I think her name was Linda. Do you remember?
Yes, it was a long time ago and we've done a lot of intros since then.
Yeah. And then like things didn't work out with her. And then I just got placed with Alexandra. And I just feel like since that time to right now, I've been entirely challenged. Like I've learned so much and I've made mistakes. Like I've been told like you could have done better. Like I gotta say, like as you grow, you're going to mess things up. And I used to be like really afraid of that. Like, oh my God, I cannot do anything wrong. Like this is gonna ruin my life. But as time goes by, I've learned to like, I'm human and I am willing to take ownership on my mistakes and like to learn and grow. So I feel like challenging is definitely the best word to fit working for Valatam during these 3 years.
Cool. It was a good one-word answer with a good explanation afterwards. Maybe that's an advantage of like having Valatam as an intermediary as well, because
definitely
maybe we shouldn't name names, but some customer, one past customer we had in England was a bit crazy. So like,
yeah,
like by having Valatam as an intermediary, or let's say you didn't have Valatam as an intermediary and you got a direct job with a customer, you're much more tied to that customer, regardless of if they're crazy or not crazy. Whereas with Valatam, if there's a crazy customer and the project doesn't work out, then provided like you've done your best and you've done a great job, or under the circumstances you've done the best you could, then we'd always find you another placement. And that's like what we do. Like we focus on finding the talent and finding US businesses that need remote help. So, and then making that connection.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. I'm just thinking if I missed any more questions, because we've been going for a solid 30 minutes, I think. Let me see very quickly if I've missed anything.
Are you gonna post this on Instagram?
Yeah.
Like I saw already an interview and I was like,
not this part in particular, but we will post, like we will edit it and post. All right, let's do a new question. Okay. So let's mix it up a bit here. So I've asked you, what would you say to a friend who was thinking about working with Valatam? Imagine if you were Damon or Jordan or one of your customers in the US, and you had a friend or a business partner and they were asking about Valatam. So like, what would you say to a potential customer about how you or Valatam might be able to help them with their, like, their workload or their business, or the advantages of having a virtual assistant?
Okay, I will ask first, do you have much free time? I don't think so. Do you have a lot of time-consuming tasks that could be delegated to someone who has the right set of skills? Of course, they will say, I don't have much time, and definitely I will do it if I knew the perfect fit. And then I will start telling you about you guys. Like, we provide bilingual talent that have college degrees, that have really been experienced with working with US entrepreneurs and business owners. If you like to take a look at it, and I will send your website, and I'll also take like my own experience. Like, if you like my profile, like I've been working with you for almost a year. If you like my profile, if you like to add someone else to the mix, you would not be disappointed with Valatam at all.
Awesome. Fantastic answer. Thank you very much. Awesome. I think that's everything. So Winnie, thank you very much for being Winnie.
Thank you.
Who is an awesome remote team member who's helped us and our customers unspeakable amounts. Been amazing over the last 3 years. So thank you for being with us, and thank you for being with me today to have this chat.
Thank you, Dan.
Awesome. Have a fantastic weekend.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.